Good evening, everyone, and welcome to round 15 of Division 2 here in Mexico at the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez. My name is VNTFlix1. I'll be taking you through tonight's action, and I'm joined today by my dear co-commentator Jere Skoloin. Welcome. The drivers are already crying. We've got rain again for the, I think, like 12th time this season. We had a wet race now, and it's all wet. Uh, I'm interested. Yeah, I'm interested to see that actually. Of course, what we know, or well, what I know at least, like what I can tell you is drivers to look out for in the wet. There is quite a big difference in skill level when it comes from drivers going from dry to wet. For example, Kuko is one who really struggles in the wet. He is one of the fastest guys in the division in dry conditions, but then in the wet he's absolutely nowhere. But we also have drivers not quite as extreme. Phantom, for example, of course, he's not slow in the dry, but in the wet, he usually does very, very well. Viral is also another one who's coming more from the midfield of Division 2, and in the wet has done quite well this season. We've had plenty of wet races. That's why I know this so well. We've had an incredible amount of wet races this season. I think actually it's over 10 at least that have been wet. I don't know why people enjoy wet races. I hate them so much. From the driver's POV. And Pocho on his first qualifying lap. First one who started the lap. Yeah. Immediate invalidation on the exit of turn 3. And that is going to be a big problem today for a lot of drivers, I think. The track limits around here, pretty tricky, very strict. We'll go on board with Viral instead. Viral comes to the S section cleanly. Another driver I'd like to keep an eye on for today is JM, of course, who is, after a long time away from Division 2, or from the league in general, finally back. I think the last time he raced would have been on F123, so yeah, 2 years ago at this point. He raced in the Division 3 test race yesterday as well, and he dominated quite badly, as he's now crashed on his outlap. Great. Yeah, I was about to say he's one to look out for today because of his great pace yesterday. That he clearly has not lost that much of ability since he went away from F1 Total. Very glad to have him back. In terms of tonight's grid, we have got the full 20 drivers in the lobby. The only one... well, we're supposed to have all 20 main drivers. Mihai, now unfortunately, not racing. Since he was late, hadn't told anyone, and pretty much the moment I told people to ready up and we went into the lobby is when he responded. But by that point, the seat had already been given to Bobodinho. He already readied up, so it was too late, unfortunately. So yeah, that's rather shit. That's all I can say. I mean, it's a shit situation for Mihai now. But at this point, nothing we can do. All I can say to that is that you have to be... Well, you don't have to be on time. If you're 5 minutes late, I can deal with that. But you have to let us know. Otherwise, if we have a full grid with reserve drivers who haven't got a seat... I can't sit there waiting for a driver for more than 5 minutes. We already started 5 minutes late. Yeah, waiting for them to respond. We have to at some point get on with the race. So far... Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's already... Well, it's not unfair. We have 20 main drivers, it's just unlucky for them. But yeah, of course, it's a shit. It's a nice to have too many drivers available, but it's shit still for the ones that don't get to race. And then, yeah, if you have a spot open 5 minutes after supposed start time and the driver isn't responding, then you have to give it to reserve. That's still available and kept his evening free. So... I can only apologize to Mihai. Of course, we have plenty of drivers throughout the season that join qualifying quite late, or join midway through qualifying, need enough qualifying, and they haven't lost their seat, and they just got lucky that they were late in the week where we didn't have 20 drivers, so they could be late and not lose their spot in the grid. But when you have more than 20 drivers, you have to give the places to the drivers that are there on time, and yeah. Or even if they aren't, I would have not if Mihai had messaged us and let us know I'm eating, I'm going to be like 10 minutes late, I'll join in qualifying, no problem. If I know about it, he would have kept his seat. But if he's not told us, then we can only guess he's not going to show up. But I don't think we need to keep talking about that. Let's focus on the qualifiers here. We are halfway through almost now. So far, it's Guga River on pole position, a 15.935. And we've got a new fastest time from Flavors. Not a driver you see usually in the front of Division 2, sorry, at all. 15.919 by a driver who only scored his first points in the season 2 races ago. Got another points finish in Monaco though as well, so he's been on a good run of form. And now on provisional pole position, his teammate Gabri, still, maybe an eye on that championship. He's not particularly close anymore, about 50 points I believe he is behind Sully right now. But what a lap that is, 15.168 by Gabri, 8/10 clear of his teammate at the front of the field. Yeah, I mean, I don't actually know what times to expect most of the time either when I come into qualifying, because it's difficult for me to judge. I know my own times, and I know, like, top-level times, but I don't know how far off, like, Division 2 level times will be of me and of those top guys. It always changes from track to track, like, depending on how difficult the track is, how many corners there are, how long it is, you know. But I know roughly who's gonna be those guys in the top times, and for example, Pocho is someone I know is quite fast, Bobodinho, Guga River, Sean, and right now they are all quite far away from Gabri. So based on that, I can assume that's a very, very strong lap time for Division 2. Well, of course, we have to keep an eye on our two championship contenders. PC Woody and Sully. 10 minutes into qualifying, still with a lap, now in 14th and 16th. Both out on track right now. Was it Sully did 28.0, Gabi did 27.9, so it's fairly close. Piscivoli, yeah. Poborino just jumped to P3 as well. Times are getting faster and faster now. Gabri's still on pole, but the gap is getting smaller. Still, 3/10 is a pretty big gap for Division 2 standards. We're used to much closer qualifying gaps than that. We still have quite some time left in the qualifying session. I think everyone will do at least 2 more laps if they would like to do. Sully, 15.391, goes into P2. I've stopped looking at battery, it just pisses me off, because none of these people know how to manage battery in a qualifying lap or a race. I genuinely just... Unless it's the last lap or something, and I have to look at it to know, like, what to expect from the battle. For the qualifying lap, I ignore it completely, because I've lost hope in trying to get these guys to actually use the battery properly. It took, like, 10 races, I think, for most people to start using medium in qualifying. I still see so much hot lap usage. Yeah. Yeah, they do. It's a consistent problem, I would say. Either that, or they come into Sector 3 with like, or come out of the S sector, for example, with like 5%. But I think around here that's not even possible. You don't have that many straights before then. But maybe at a track like, I don't know, where could you waste it in your ES early on? Like, Vegas maybe. You haven't raced there, but... Like, if you come into a long straight and they'll have like 20% left and you're like, well, you're gonna be at like 0% halfway down the straight. That's not good. That's just like half a second half time loss. JM is doing it right. He's coming into the stadium with like 5%. But he's invalidated. Great. And he's using hot lap ES. So he's not doing it right after all. I think he's closer to the correct ES usage than most. 16.0 that would have been, so it's a... well, I was gonna say a decent lap, that's actually... Because like 2 minutes ago it would have been like P3. But the times have improved so much. So many people have gotten into the 115s now. Flavors all of a sudden. It won't let me... Huh? I think something broke. Oh, now I can, okay. I couldn't scroll up in the driver's list. I was at Piscivoli, I was pressing L2 to move up to Sully, so I go up to Gabriel, and then it just wouldn't. Look at his EAS on the bottom. Now that you pointed it out, I see it again. It's annoying me. It's so much free time gain. That's a good lap, I think. I think yeah, solid lap. 14.9. That would be also in Division 1 near the front for sure. JM through the last corner. The winner of Division 3. Oh, he's in the pits. Never mind. Not a push lap. Piscivoli. The man chasing Sully in the championship. Sully at some point, of course, was about 60 odd points ahead. So he's done one hell of a job in the second half of the season as Piscivoli to eat that gap back up after Sully's very, very strong start. I think he didn't finish off the podium until Singapore, which I think was round 7. Yeah? And Piscivoli, with one hell of a lap there, 5.5 tenths gained, goes into pole position. See, I can tell you something. PC Volley used to be an NLR. Yeah. So he's been league racing for forever. He's quite washed, but still one of the fastest in this division. Although I think he's back to being like last game he was, or officially 23. I think he was a lot slower. Now he's back to being quick, not as quick as he used to be. But you can tell which drivers like have a lot more experience. Sully is another one. He's been he was never that good that he got into NLR. Actually, I think he's probably the best he's ever been right now. He's just been racing forever. Also since I think F1 2019 is when he first joined F1 Total. So you have some drivers in here with like half a decade of league racing experience, and then some who are literally just starting out.
Yeah, apparently you've been talking yourself pretty much all the starts. I did not realize that there is a selection in the PlayStation app that you can cover your own voice from like live streams. I did not know that's such a thing, but then I checked the settings and there was this kind of option.
Great, so now the stream can also finally hear what Jere is saying. At least you saw. I didn't have the stream chat open, so I didn't see it. That would have been a problem.
I have it open, and I heard that am I in comms and they can't hear me, so I went to check the settings and found that out. So, yeah. So you've been just yapping yourself all this.
At least we noticed.
Minutes, basically.
Yeah, at least all the rest of the stream can be done properly.
Yeah.
Championship leader Sully. He is up by just under 2/10 in the middle sector, so that could put him into the top 3. Oh, he got lucky there. That was definitely over the white line, but again didn't get away with it. I think he lost time then. So probably not going to be a lap that's enough for pole position for Sully here. But even the top 3 start, especially at Mexico, with that massive round down towards turn 1, P3 is basically pole. And P3 is where he's been. Or where he goes, sorry.
Yeah. I do, again, now I can complain about this again, because people didn't hear me complain about it earlier, is that the people are not using enough ERS. Sully had 30% left when he came to that.
See, this is the engineer's eye. He can't... I could blend it out all season and think like, I've given up. But yeah, he can't. Oh, PC Volley didn't go out again. So no improvement coming from PC Volley. Gabri on another lap here right in the end. And he is up by 39 thousandths in that first sector. One of the Saubers over the lands. Pubdog jumping into 6th. After that, we've got Guga 2/10 up in the middle sector. Could he beat Bobodinho? Could he beat Sully for P3? Over the line. That is no improvement in the end. Had a terrible final sector, unfortunately for him. Stays in 5th place. Now a big group of cars coming over the line there. We will go on with Lanky as one of them. Phantom also over the line right now. He goes into P8. Right behind Lanky, we've got the McLaren of Aussie. Loads of cars coming over the line right now at once. I couldn't catch many of them, unfortunately. We'll go through the full result in a minute, of course. Lanky stays in 15th. Aussie back to the pits. What about Gabri? He's up by 1.5 tenths. That would be enough for pole. What about his last sector? Wasn't a good one. Gabri over the line. 14.857. And it is Gabri on pole position here in Mexico. Who would have thought? Of course, Gabri on pole. We're used to in Division 2. PC Volley in 2nd place, okay. Sully in 3rd. The 3 championship protagonists in reverse championship order, starting in the top 3. Gabri P3 in the standings, starts P1. PC Volley P2, starts P2. Sully P1, starts P3. Behind that, Bobodinho, another strong qualifying from him. 15.290 is enough for 4th place. Guga round to the top 5. 15.339. Pubdog with a strong 6th place, qualifying 15.386. Then Sean, 15.432, the triple world champion, down in 7th place. Phantom Fox in 8th position, 15.442. Pocho in 9th, 15.527. And Aussie round to the top 10, 15.623, I think it was. We'll go through the rest once we have the result screen up. Of course, 20 drivers, so I've got a lot of drivers to go through. I'm gonna have to get a move on. 604 was for Aussie. Kuko, 15.619, down in 11th. He'll be very disappointed with that, I reckon. Bazooka in 12th, 15.694. JM, 15.722. 2-3 down in P13. Expected more from him, to be honest. Rival 15.766. Flavors 15.782 after a very strong start to qualifying, down in 15. Flanky 15.891. Pix 15.9 dead. Overwise 15.939 18th. Action Rig 17.309. And finally, Edwin, without a lap time completed, rounds out the field. 1 second from first to 18th, and then 1.4 seconds to Action Rig. But overall, a very, very close grid. And of course, we saw quite a few guys lower down the field, who we'd expect usually to be further up the field. Kuku mainly. JM, I think, has more pace than that. There's a question, of course. We know there is going to be rain throughout the entire race. Could they have gone for a wet setup? While others maybe have opted for their standard dry setups.
Right now, I'm excited to see who goes for the top speed. As everyone knows, Mexico is really, really long straights. But also, you don't want to go too low, as then sector 2 and 3 will become really tricky. So I'm excited to see like 10 wing on someone, and then someone having the 40 wing. So the difference will be massive on the different sectors.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. The guys who went for the wet setup and qualified low because of it, they're going to struggle quite a bit to actually get through the field, surely. They will have a very hard time really overtaking, since they'll have so much of a straight line disadvantage. Of course, tire-wise, I'm expecting everyone on intermediates. They have realized the full wet is very shit. We hammered that into their heads, Edwin and me. After Kota, Edwin and me were both very, very annoyed when they all started on wets for some reason.
Yeah, well, here we can see everyone is on inters. So
yeah, that
at least
worked.
We have learned something.
I think this isn't full wet weather anyway. I think the game doesn't even suggest full wets.
No, this seems like inter conditions, and the dry line will be there with us like in I would say probably 5 laps in, and then we will see a dry line forming up. It's going to be exciting to see, like, as you said, it's going to be hard to overtake if you have really high wings, but you can make so massive difference in sector 2 and 3, so it is just so much worth it. Excited to see what we have.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting dynamic. Of course, on the start as well, a stupidly long run out with turn 1. So really anyone in the top 5, I reckon, especially in the wet start, when you have a bit more difference in how good starts are, you could see a lot of movement all throughout the field before we even reach the first corner. So that would be exciting. The 5 red lights are on. We're ready for lights out here in Mexico, and it's lights out, and away we go. Gabri on the right-hand side gets away well. PC will a little bit squirmily off the line. That's what the V-Cup's already pulling out from within. That's Pocho with a great start. Now Gabri being attacked by PC on the inside. Bobadinho coming through as well. Sully as well on the outside with 4 wide down towards the 1. I think PC is pulled ahead. 3 wide in behind though. Gabri, Sully gets squeezed off under braking. Has to go off the track slightly and comes in back alongside Pub Dog. PC gets away from Gabri, Bobadinho, then Sully and Pub Dog still set them in contact. Sully's off! Sully and Pub Dog off! The championship leader crashes together with Pub Dog on the first lap of the Grand Prix and drops to last place in this Grand Prix. Calamity for Sully's championship hopes, and it's PC leading the way. His championship rival from Gabri, his other championship rival, Bobadinho, then Guga and Phantom battling over 4th there as Guga has a better exit, and another bit of contact behind. That's Kuko and Viral going at it with Edwin involved as well. What a start by Edwin to be up to 12th already, but he has also got a 3-second time penalty on Hangover set, and now he's down to 70. What is going on here? Pix has got massive wing damage on the front left end plate. Well, end plate, no, the end plate is gone.
There's multiple cars with end plate damage right now. On the start line, I could see 2 end plates flying off. I don't know which cars they are from, but I saw 2 end plates flying off.
Suppose we'll see who has to pit in the office lap. As Phantom is going around the outside of Guga into the hairpin of the stadium section. But I think he has to back out there, and he's not really fully alongside. Yep, backs out. And Guga holds on the 4th for the moment at least. The top 2, Gabri and PC really pulling away quite nicely at the front. They've clearly got great pace here. Already over a second away from Bobadinho. Of course, no DRS in these conditions, so the second is less of a important number, but still a pretty big gap within 1 lap. Phantom all over the back of Guga. I think we're about to see a move down towards the first corner here from the Ferrari man as he pulls to the inside. He's gonna try and brake as late as he possibly can. Gets the car stopped on the apex. Guga is still alongside there as they bang wheels. Guga into the side of Phantom. And Guga with a bad exit. Phantom pulls ahead. Now Aussie alongside Guga. Already One car that he's lost position to, the next one coming on the attack. As Aussie is on the outside line. Oh, nice switch back there as Guga drifts wide and Aussie cuts back underneath him, gets back alongside and ahead, coming out of the next corner, but now a bit of wheel locking there. Aussie still on the outside line. Gets hung out to dry, and a better exit from Guga, I think, isn't given the position because Aussie has to back out there. That would have been quite risky to keep a nose in on the inside heading from the S section, especially in these conditions. Guga holds on the 5th.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of going on. As you said, people are boxing. I really don't understand why. In the wets, if you're missing one end plate, sure, it's a bit more understeery, but it helps.
Peaks had a lot more damage than
so
just one end plate, for
more.
example. I don't know what Sully had. Of course, he also went into the wall. It could have been quite heavy damage, but Pix for sure had to pit. He only had the like front plank left. The entire everything was gone on the left hand side.
Yeah,
so for him, he had to pit.
see, yeah, as we can see, example, Lanky Brown, he's P11 fighting for P10 right now, and he is missing one of the end plates. So he will have a grip boost in the exits. So I'm excited to see if he goes for the move, but he doesn't. He is not feeling comfortable enough to dive into turn 1.
I don't actually remember. Oh, Action Rick is off the track in turn 1. The last time I've seen Lanky after the start with an intact front wing. Every race, I swear, I say Lanky's missing the end plate. Always happens, without fail.
And Lanky goes for the move. Now on the outside, can he keep it on the outside of the Red Bulls? But there's no chance. But he tries to switch back it, but he just doesn't find the grip offline and has to concede the positions.
These guys are a little bit all over the place. They're viral with a massive moment coming out of the snow corner there alongside with Pocho, and now throughout the S section you can tell the car stepping out of him quite a lot. I think we're already seeing some people struggle with tire temperatures, I reckon.
Yeah, I'm hoping that there's at least a bit higher temperatures on the, or like higher pressures on the tires, especially.
Pocho is off.
What the am I
No,
seeing?
he's just cut the corner, 10-second penalty. And he's missing all of his front ring again. Goes into the pit lane, and I think he's about to retire from the race.
Yeah,
he's done.
What
are we doing?
Donuts. Why are we doing donuts?
Why are we doing this? He's trying to get us qualified? Cause a safety car? I have no idea.
Well, I mean...
what are we doing, Pocho?
I don't think that is acceptable anyway. Like, that is just... What is this?
He's in the pits now. I hope he will just retires and... Yeah, we're done. Okay, we're done with that. That's the end of Pocho's race, unfortunately. I'm not sure what gave him the damage. But I think he fully just cut the center section as well. And then took the piss a little bit in the pit lane. Phantom, though, on the move. Already caught up to the back of Bobolinho. That would already be a podium position, and he can start chasing after Gabri and Pisivoli ahead.
Yeah, I was watching, as I have to double check pretty much everything right now. I was watching, we have quite an interesting, like, constructions championship going on between Red Bull, Alpine, McLaren, and even Ferrari can bring this home if they just outscore the guys ahead. Obviously, McLaren being one, both Alpines on the points, and Lanky is not on points, but they are catching Red Bull, which is a good sign. But they can definitely bring it the fight back, the fight for the win.
Phantom is pushing ES in the slipstream of Bobolinho, looking for a move down towards turn 1 here. And the Constructor Championship has not gotten the love I think it deserves this season. Because I've been quite focused on the drivers, because it's been very, very close. With Sully being caught by Gabri and Pisivoli. It was a 3-way fight for a long time. Gabri had to miss a couple of races in the end, and it's sort of dropped him off the fight, but still it's a very close fight between Pisivoli and Sully. But the Constructors Championship also, unbelievably close right now between multiple teams.
There's 4 teams fighting for the win, and then there is a couple teams fighting among themselves to well, I could basically say Haas could catch Ferrari if they have a couple bad races, and Gabri and Flavors could both get into the points, but as Flavors is P15, it's not gonna be easy job since Phantom is chasing down Gabri for that P2.
Phantom is already a second ahead of Bobodinho. He's gained a lot of time on this lap. But the gap to the front is now up to 4.5 seconds. So that's quite a big gap. It's not impossible for him to overcome, especially in conditions like these. It's a bit easier to make up time. Maybe with an undercut as well, for example. But it's going to be tough for him for sure to get back into that fight.
Yeah. Well, what I'm witnessing is that Phantom might have a little bit higher wings because he's losing a lot in the straights, but he's gaining a lot time back in sector 2 and 3. So that is definitely what I mentioned before the race, that the wings will make a difference in the rain. You are so much more comfortable pushing higher wings in sector 2 and 3, and you don't really need the wings in anywhere else. But you also don't want to be minimized wings because only one sector is straights, basically.
Well, that sector really is only straights. That's really the problem. It's a very difficult balancing act, especially in the wet conditions, of what you go for in terms of setup. So especially in a little bit lower skill divisions like Division 2, of course, these drivers are quite good still, but of course nowhere near, especially what I think Jere is quite used to seeing a lot more of course, being an engineer, seeing the guys at the top of console and near the top of PC.
Yeah, maybe
this
I
is a little bit of
switch my thinking a bit now.
Yeah, these guys. And in case you haven't noticed, Victor Widler is not in this race.
Yeah,
I mean, I know that Flavors is unbelievably fast, but he's not making esports. At least not this year. Who knows?
Yeah, you can't say never, because you never know what happens. Like, there's multiple people in esports teams that I never thought would be there right now. But still seeing, while Ossi dives Guga into turn 1 and makes the position,
that
Guga could be counted as punt to pass, but that's we're racing. Still fighting for that position.
That was all fine, at least from my side, I would say. I saw the whole thing and I think that was... We can accept a bit of wheel bang, especially in these conditions. No one's getting harmed by that.
Yeah, I agree.
And these guys are both going at it hard.
I definitely agree. Yeah, we are seeing pushes from both drivers, so I think this is just called a fair racing. And let's stop the whining and let's go race again.
I mean, the damage is reduced, so no one's gonna die from those taps. Of course, in a real Formula 1 car, you'd probably have to think about that a little bit differently. You know, since the cars sort of fall apart at even being looked at. But this isn't really a Formula 1, it's a Formula 1 video game. Which I think is a very good thing. It's a lot more exciting.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree. One thing I want to raise into your attention, are you thinking we are going to see only one stop or maybe even two stops from some guys? Because these conditions could eat the Inter tire pretty much.
See, so I don't know what the strat is at all in Inter around here. You might know this better than me. This is your area. Like, could this be a two-stop on esports level?
Definitely, if the tires are getting too warm. And,
okay, well, if it's a two-stop on esports level, it's like these guys pit more rather than less, for sure.
I'm not gonna say it's 100%. It all comes down to the fact: is it how high is the tire? Where?
100% someone will do a two-stop, and I mean I don't mean the guys who put it lap 1. Like someone will do an actual two-stop then, for sure. Yeah. We saw two-stops a couple of races as well throughout the season. Austria Reverse, I think, is one where some guys two-stopped and it didn't work really. Others, like usually the one-stop has worked out better, but you see a split a lot more than you would see splitting strategies at a top level of PSGL, F1 and stuff like that. Those guys, you know, they always one-stop, basically. Here it's a little bit more varied.
And no, they don't.
Yeah, in a normal race, on 90% of tracks, they one-stop. There is like some weird tracks and some weird weather conditions where you don't one-stop, but most of the time.
Yeah, let's go with most of the time, but there's a couple tracks that definitely are like two stops. Mexico is one of them actually. That two stop is faster than one stop.
Faster, you would say, okay. But because of the
Most of the
overheating?
time, yes. Yes. So the grip difference with the hearts will be a lot higher. But also, if you're P1 and you're like 15 seconds gone already, it doesn't really matter. You can just save the tire and go till with the one stop. But if you're fighting for positions, two stop is most of the time in Mexico faster.
That's interesting. I thought Mexico would be another track where it's definitely wants because you lose quite a bit of time in the pit lane, no?
You do, but also if you think about it, the train is really slow in sector 2 and 3. So you can catch the train pretty easily if you just basically push the throttle. You don't have to do any amazing stuff. You just go as fast as you can, and you most likely can catch the train at that point. As like if we think about the esports level, they will always try to one-stop this. You can do it, but you have to save tires and minimize the overheating. But any lower two-stop is most likely Mexico faster than one-stop.
That's interesting. Then around lap 12, we could see the first pit stops then, maybe a bit earlier as well. Since that would be, you know, if you do 3 stints, all 12 laps, that works out.
Now this comes down to the fact again, how many people want the fresher tire at the end? To be able to push and overtake when the others are overheating. It's all about strategies at this point.
Yeah, we have quite a few close. I mean, if you look at Bobodinho, he has a penalty as well. He's running in 4th right now. I mean, they aren't like unbelievably close, but all the way down to JM, down to P10, they are sort of in distance of like if JM pits now and Bobodinho goes for one stop and pits 8 laps later, JM will come out ahead. So we are in a fairly close situation here. Even Lanky isn't that far away from 4th position. So the strategy will definitely impact that quite a bit, especially in the midfield.
I would say if anyone from DC Viral to JM would box now, they would be in a really good position. Then they extend the second stint and take fresh tires at the end, and they will be solid.
See, I know some of the guys listen to the stream while racing, so if you are, and you're planning on doing a two-stop, you've heard the man, he's the expert.
Yeah, I would.
This is his job.
Right now and go for the boxing right now.
If one boxes now that works out, is that like basically you're doing? Are we claiming that?
I would say so, I would like to think so, but obviously I don't know. No one is listening it.
Maybe they are like, one-stopping. I don't know. Oh, look at Lanky. Yeah, he's overheating for sure. Does this do anything? Pulling into the wet line?
It cools down the tires tiny bit, but it doesn't do like marginal changes to the tire.
Okay. But it does do something. It
reduces the heating a bit.
Okay.
Very, very slightly. It doesn't help that much.
But at least we know now that he is struggling with overheating if he's doing that.
Yes. I'm expecting everyone overheating. Someone like Gabri, I would 100% go for the box and give PC Willy the pressure that, hey, he's boxed, I have to react to this.
He's got 91 degrees on both rear tires, has Gabri.
Yep.
And PC Willy has got 90, also 90 something. I can't read it that well right now because the wheel's not straight, but they are both definitely... Because the optimal window for Inter is like, what, 80?
80? That's overrating already.
Ah, but not by much, right? Like 90 is like yellow, right?
I will double check this because if I don't want to hear wrong. So, I would say if we are above 95, then we are definitely at the conditions that we should just pull the plug and go for the boxing. Because this weather, I can't lie, is it's kind of showing me the fact that it's gonna be like the shitty Inter-League situation at some point.
Oh, you think
what
so?
I hate. I really do think so.
I mean, I like kind of commentating on it because it's really exciting. It's so unpredictable. Then we had it in Silverstone, basically. I think literally the entire race, from lap 1 until the last lap. Inters and dries were like equal on pace, but on the Inter we were overheating, so they just dropped way off, and the Inter guys had to 2-stop. The guys who went for the dries, they could 1-stop. So obviously Silverstone, 30-second pit loss. You know what happened.
The thing is that they are overheating so much that I think this is already the inter-slick conditions. Though the slicks could actually be better. I can't say this 100% sure, but I could assume that slicks could battle against the inters because the inters are so heavily overheated.
On a normal track, I'd agree, but the tires overheat so much in Mexico anyway that I don't think it's purely the weather. Because if you look offline, like it's pretty wet still, and there is quite a bit of rain coming down. I don't think we're anywhere near slicks right now.
That is also a very good point, but again, these are just the assumptions I'm doing based on the fact that the tires are overheating.
Yes, we have Guga going for a move on Bobodinho here. Battle for 4th place out on track. Of course, Bobodinho with a time penalty hanging over his head. But he does also lose the position out on track. Guga with a massive slide as well coming out of turn 3. Bobodinho might try and take advantage of it, but he's out of EAS. So I think that's the end of the battle, and Guga, has pulled ahead.
I'm kind of surprised that we haven't seen anyone pull the block yet, because there's so many small gaps that they could just put the pressure on for the drivers ahead. The grip difference they have on new inters would be so much insane that they are like just free to push at that point.
Yeah, I mean, so the fact that no one's pit yet, I think we are going to be seeing one-stops from everyone. Because we are over a third into the race, and literally no one has gone for the pit lane. Like, surely if we were to stopping, we would have boxed by now.
Of the drivers. Well, maybe. Again, if we want the freshest tire, then maybe not. We could do like example 14, then maybe like 25.
Oh, Aussie is all over it. Bobodinho's in. First one in the pit lane, lap 14, that's... Well, lap 13, that could be... that should be a 2-stop for sure. And of course that'll be intermediates for Bobodinho, nothing else you can put on at this condition. And he's gonna come out of the pit lane, I think, between Bazooka and Edwin.
I think he's gonna be really close with Bazooka. Well, no, Bazooka is gonna go past him. Yeah, so he is on the chase now, and now we just need to see him push the throttle in and just push the car basically, since we have new tires.
Yeah, keep an eye on his delta for sure. He'll be a lot faster than everybody else around him. For one, his tires are 13 laps fresher. For two, his tires aren't at unworkable temperatures. Especially the rear tires. I think the fronts could also be overheating a bit at this point, but probably not nearly as badly as the rears. Those will be screaming for help.
The fronts don't overheat that much in Mexico. It's just the rears from the sliding and all the slipping in like exits and stuff like this.
Yeah, we saw that in Division 3 yesterday as well. Everyone was... I mean, those guys also, they do love to slide the car quite a bit. They were sliding a lot. But it doesn't help that the track itself also causes so much overheating. And in Division 2 I think we are seeing the same thing. I was on board with Aussie for like half a lap and he was literally like 45 degrees sideways every corner. I have no idea how he's even quick like that. But his tires for sure must be screaming in pain. Bobodinho has gained 2 seconds to Bazooka this lap.
Yeah, I was just watching that he is pushing the car and he is trying to make this 2-stop work since everyone else is going for the 1-stop. Now it's just about the pushing and how much can he catch these guys. Also, if he has good tire, where I think he could make it to the end, but the tires will be screaming in pain.
Probably shouldn't. That's risky, I think.
Probably shouldn't. Yeah.
Because I mean, if you look at the gap right now, he was racing for P3 earlier. If he 2-stops, I do reckon he can at least get into the top 5 without much much problem. Oh, he's waiting for P4, sorry, Phantom was a bit ahead. But yeah, Guga's pulled ahead a little bit now. But surely he can catch back up to Aussie. That is not that far away, honestly. And that's where he was before, so I don't think he needs to do for the one-stop and risk it. Gabri's in the pits as well. I think that's a one-stop though, because he pitted, yeah, end of lap 15. I don't think he'll be going that long if it's a two-stop strategy. But it is an undercut. As he was about a second back from PC Woody for the lead of the Grand Prix. And this will be very crucial now. I do think he'll come out ahead because the pace gap that Bombardino had over the rest of the field on that one lap was more than enough for Gabri to undercut, even if PC Woody responds immediately. Now we see a lot of other drivers in as well. Sean, Viral, Kukro, all in the pits and getting a fresh set of intermediates. As Bazooka is defending from Bombardino down this main straight. But I'm not sure he's got much of a chance there. Bombardino with the slipstream. Pulling over to the left-hand side, we've got a yellow flag for Edwin, who's crashed in the pit entry. As was coming in for his stop. He went to the wall then, I think there's a wing, yeah, this entire wing is lying there, I think. If I saw it correctly. Massive damage on the car for Edwin. And that's his race. Quite heavy, yeah, and he's out of the race. He's rage quit.
Yeah. Bordo, he did overtake successfully in turn 1 from Bazooka. So he is on the charge right now. So excited to see how much can he catch the rest of the guys, because he is pushing a lot more right now. Also,
that's the leader right now, Gabri. Let's bring it down. We're at 21.8 seconds. PC Woody is surely going to come in this lap. Yep, he will immediately respond to Gabri's undercut. Doesn't want to take the risk of Gabri getting more than one lap and maybe pulling miles ahead. But I do think Gabri's going to be ahead. I don't think there's much of a chance even that PC Woody stays ahead. The time, or the pace difference from fresh inters to old inters is just so massive that Gabri, unless he's had an absolute stinker of an outlap, yep, Gabri takes the lead of the Grand Prix as PC Woody just comes to the pit lane right behind him. Not a big gap for Gabri, but he is in the lead. That's what he wanted.
The tire difference is not that big either, so I think this comes down to the fact that who can get the net P1 on these first laps, because
PC Woody immediately on attack. Gabri caught napping, I think. He thought he was safe, and they make contact. They all know the spinning out. Gabri and PC Woody both off the track. Gabri cuts over the grass, rejoins on track, gets a 3-second time penalty, and PC Woody pulls ahead. What was that? Gabri was so slow down that straight. Either PC Woody has way less wings, or Gabri was on non-ERS for the start of the straight, thinking he was safe. PC Woody on cold tires, of course. And PC Woody back in the lead.
I don't think Gabri was expecting Willie to attack him right away into turn 4, but obviously he made it alongside him, and then there was the contact, and then we both caught the corner.
Well, that's a massive spanner in the works for Gabri's hopes of the win tonight. Because that really was his way of winning this race, was to make an undercut work and stay ahead, but now, of course, also a 3-second penalty hanging over his head, which I do reckon if he were to win this race from here, he will definitely go down to the skirts of that and try and get it removed. I don't want to give an answer on that right now. I can't tell you if that will be removed or not. He gave up the time, so maybe...
I can tell you that much, that Gabri has wing damage now. So that will make this race a lot harder for him to fight with Willie. So I do... Right now, I reckon, unless there's a safety car and everything gets messed up, I'm seeing Willie win this race right now.
Yeah, Gabri missing the front end plate, just saw it as well. The team ordered Ferrari as Lanky let Phantom go. Of course, Phantom on the fresh tire, no reason for Lanky to try and hold him up. They are in a completely different race at this point. Phantom battling, oh well, not really battling, cruising for P3. Now with Gabri having damage, of course, Phantom, and Gabri having a time penalty, has a good chance to try and claim P2 in this Grand Prix. Needs to get around JM fast and start chasing after Gabri. And as you mentioned, the safety car, PC Woody as it stands, if there's no safety car, is likely going to win this, unless he messes it up for himself. Gabri has a penalty, Gabri has damage, and everyone else is quite far behind. His championship rival Sully, down in 15th, could also really use a safety car to get this race back on track for him, so he at least, of course, he will still be down quite far and has to make overtakes, but at least he is close to those guys and can make some overtakes happen. So for the championship, I really am hoping for a safety car right now, so it stays a little bit closer.
Yeah, and also if you look at the penalties, there's 5 drivers right now who doesn't have a penalty. If we get a safety car, everything is gonna get mixed up. It would
That's
be
also a
so
very good point,
exciting to
yeah.
see the remaining of the race.
Unfortunately, we haven't
As
had a safety car in
Lanky,
Division 2 for a while. These guys have gotten quite good at not really crashing as much anymore. I'm missing it. It's been at the start of the Division 2, it was a crash race basically. We had like 3-4 safety cars every race. But I think this game it doesn't come out nearly as often anymore. In general, and these guys also crash less, so that combined means
or
we get almost no safety cars. Even though we are now,
it,
well, until Monaco we weren't, but after Monaco we did a vote to change the safety car setting. We're now on increased safety cars.
increase. I'm
We
pretty
have
surprised
increased
that
safety
the
cars
turn
and
one-
increased red flags.
I'm pretty like much wondering why didn't the lap 1 incident bring a safety car then? But okay, game thought that we don't need it.
That's why we have it on increase, because those types of things don't get safety cars. And I think the race would
That's
have been...
interesting.
we're already having a absolutely amazing race, but it might have been even better with a lap 1 safety car, because Sully, for example, would have been back in the fight. And right now, Sully,
Yeah, exactly.
unless there's a safety car, Sully's not going to score points in this race, and that is a real big shame for his championship ambitions.
Yeah, I mean, right now, if we get a safety car, someone like Bazooka will be he will be happy, boy.
He would essentially be
He's
P4.
P13 with no. Yeah, exactly. He would be up there at this point. Obviously, he would need to make some overtakes to gain more places because right now it seems that the front guys are just maybe tiny bit too fast for him, or either that he just didn't have the greatest heart. I don't know, but the safety car would change everything basically around.
Yeah, and right now we've not really got any battles happening on track. JM going quite long on those tires, by the way. He's still on track from the 19 lap all intermediates from the start of the Grand Prix. It is about time, surely, for him to make a pit stop. Unless... he's not going to go for slicks. The track isn't going to be dry enough, surely. I mean, I wonder what his tire temps are like. 90 rear left, 89 rear right.
Slicks are would be definitely a gamble, but someone like, let's say, who's out of the points, maybe someone like, let's say, Viral, he would like to try something else from the grid. I could see him trying the slicks. If they don't work, he's ready to lose that P7. If they work, he's gonna be P1. So it's like either way at that point.
I can't see anyone pitting for slicks at this point. It's just... It seems wrong, like on what my eyes are seeing on my screen, you know? I would never think to go for slicks here. Of course, I have the information about the tire temps, and I know this game has a bit weird weather sometimes, where it looks wet and it's dry, or it looks dry and it's wet. So you can't trust it 100%, but... I don't know. If I pit for dries here, and it doesn't work, I will look like the biggest idiot. Of course, then if I pit for dries and it works, I am the absolute hero, so...
Yeah, exactly. Like, there's always the two sides on things. And these are kind of things are always that you have to be ready for a gamble. Either you look like a fool, or you look like a hero. Those are the gamble options. If you're willing to gamble, go for it. If you're not, stay with the Inters. They are overheating like no other day, and you just manage it and go forwards.
I mean, if I were to go for dries, I'd probably want to go softs, honestly, because you're not going to get temperature in the mediums or hards. But it's too early to go for softs, they won't last.
I would definitely push for the mediums right now.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't touch the hards, but mediums I'd think about if it was dry enough. But I don't know. It doesn't look dry, honestly. Like, and the way that the cars are behaving also, I think they'd struggle a lot more on those tires if it was actually time for dries.
Could be. That's a question and a half.
I mean, of course, the drivers, I think they have a better They like for one they can ask Jeff for the weather report, and he'll tell them if the dries are faster in theory. So they have that information over us, and they have of course the feeling that we don't have. We can only go with what we see, which doesn't tell the whole story.
No, definitely not.
Sully
Like
going for a
overheating
move
tires
on
in Mexico?
Bazooka here for 13th. Tries to make his comeback in this race, but after that it's a 20-second gap to the car ahead. So yeah, with 14 laps to go, I think P13 is the highest Sully can get here, really.
I think if Sully wanted to come back to this race, he would have had to box like maybe even 5 laps earlier, go for the 2-stop and hope that the pace is good enough to push and catch as much as possible.
Yeah, he's not gonna be, I think, in the battle. JM, finally now in the pit lane. That's a very, very long intermediate stint.
That is also gonna be many lost positions. He's gonna be like... Well, he's gonna be with Sully most likely.
Nah, he's gonna be flanking Pablo. He's not that
No.
far down the field. I mean, Sully is a whole another... Like, he could pit again now, I think, and he'll be just behind Sully. Bobolino,
Yeah,
of course,
maybe.
on what we think is a 2-stop strategy running in P5 right now, but he's got more pit stop to do, we reckon at least. Maybe he can bring the tire to the end, who knows? Because, I mean, we did still see JM with a very long intermediate stint, so clearly it's possible.
Yeah, but also the track is a lot drier now, so it also means that the tires will eat them out more. I would most likely expect... I don't know how much these guys use tire. Is like me, I could make Mexico 1-stop a piece of cake. But, then I did an engineering here. We had to box for 2-stop. Our tires couldn't last. So the pace is slower, so the tires could be better, technically. So I could see that this could work out for 1-stop, pretty much for the whole field.
Yeah, fair. I mean, something that's also interesting right now, Gabri, despite the damage, I mean, he's not in a position to overtake at least right now, but he's staying with Pisivoli, which is, I thought he'd drop way back after the damage and that Pisivoli would just fly off into the distance, but despite the damage on the front right end plate on the Haas, half a second behind Pisivoli right now. His rival is going for a move on Bobolino for P5. Slides up the inside there into turn 1. And just about prevents the switchback that Bobolino tried to pull off there.
Yeah. Also, what I mentioned at the early stages of the race, that if you're missing an end plate, it's not the end of the world in rain, especially because you will have slightly better grip because of the balance of the car. So this could actually help out Gabri with the tires, and stuff. So let's see. It's gonna be an interesting one if Willie Example gets a pen. I don't know how many warnings he has. Let's check. He has, I think that's 2 warnings. One is invalidated lap time. Oh my, Gabri's in trouble. If Willie gets a penalty, it's gonna be an interesting race between these two.
Yeah, as you say that, Gabri is 1.3 seconds back. Pisivoli has pulled on the burners this lap. And he's definitely gaining down the straight.
Oh.
I think Pisivoli for sure has a bit lower wings than Gabri.
Yeah, also Phantom Fox is sneaking into the 3-second window from Gabri.
Yeah,
So
Phantom
that's
has not given up on that
something
P2. I think we've got a top 3 sort of pretty locked in here as a 10-second gap from Guga to Phantom, but the all of the top 3 is still... I mean, I'm gonna say probably Pisivoli winning, but Phantom and Gabri, I have no idea who can come on top there. As it stands,
Gabri
Phantom is now within 3
so
seconds.
much trouble. Gabri is
Losing
in
so much
a lot
time
of
now.
trouble.
Has he killed the
Yeah,
tire?
Exactly. I think so.
Let's
I
look at the
think
temps.
this is gonna.
Oh, he's killed the tire.
This is gonna be a 2-stop. Yeah, he's just overheating. I don't think he can manage these tires much longer. So, well, maybe I have to eat my words, but he's not in a good place with those tires right now.
Yeah, he's losing loads of time to P0 now. Of course, the damage will be some of that, but oh, Flavors! Oh, oh!
Oh, I love this gamble.
He has damage,
go.
so yeah, he had to gamble something. He wasn't anywhere near the points. But now we've got someone.
This is perfect.
I think he's lapped.
This is
I think he's literally lapped. Yeah, that's Gabri and Fanta. That's Guga now behind him. Yeah, Flavors is a lap down, so even if this gamble works for him, he won't be scoring points. But at least now we can see if the gamble would have worked. 15 seconds from Flavors to action, Rick. Let's see.
No, it's not.
Oh no,
no.
nope.
I'm not gonna
Needed one corner to know.
I'm not even gonna watch that. I'm just gonna say.
There's no battle happening. I'm gonna watch it. It's so fun. Could be a safety car. Who knows?
Oh, that's true.
Oh, the car. That's not stopping. I don't know. Maybe he was letting Guga pass actually, but yeah, there's no traction at all. Especially if he goes offline, which it's difficult to stay on the line with this little grip.
I love that Flavors gave this a shot, but it's not working.
See, this is why
sadly.
You don't listen to the engineer. Never.
Oh yeah. I never said box the slicks. That's the thing. I'm not accountable on this one.
Oh, Flavors!
Oh
Oh my god!
oh.
I think at this point he's drifting. Yeah, okay, he's starting to take the piss. I think Flavors is going to be also out of the race now. Probably retiring in the pits. That's the end of his Grand Prix.
Yeah, I mean, I would have never boxed my drivers into slicks at this condition, just to be clear. But I do appreciate that he tried it, because he had nothing to lose, basically.
It's Aussie with a great exit out the final corner there. Already on the inside line of Bourdinho, but of course now the great exit might have actually hurt him a little bit because now he doesn't get the toe down this main straight, and yeah, Bourdinho is pulling back ahead. And Aussie is gonna have to try and do it under braking. He's got no battery left at all. Is he gonna go for that send? Of course he is. And 45 degrees sideways on the inside line there. Aussie slides his way through up into 6th place. A very nice move. Bourdinho picks up another time penalty. Up to 9 seconds now.
9 seconds.
Van der Vox is on the move. He's 1.5 seconds away from Gabri only. Oh yeah, Flavors lost like 20 seconds to actually make this one lap. He hasn't pit. He's still going. I thought he would pit to retire the car, but
I think at this point he's just.
What I appreciate is he's actually getting out of people's way.
Yeah.
He's given up on his race, but he's not ruining other people's races, which is commendable.
Like he's just having fun alone, basically, at this point. Just drifting around.
That's horrific. Oh my god, Bourdinho almost lost the car there. Don't say that. That means different things.
About what?
Having a wank.
That's not what I mean.
And Bourdinho in for a second stop. Sully has crashed! The championship leader! And we've got a virtual safety car. Sully with a spin at the S section, and how the hell has he managed to end up on that wall? That is so far away from the track. Sully out of the Grand Prix. He wasn't gonna score points. Full car safety car! Yes, now it's come out. That took so long to appear.
Oh, I love it.
And the safety car that Sully needed to save his race has come. But he's not in the race anymore. Through his own doing. Flavors now back on into it, but Flavors, your race is over, my friend. Actually, no. Flavors' race is not over. We have had a nice rule change in F1 Total. After the Monaco Grand Prix in Division 1, Kart Racer raised an issue that we do enforce blue flags in the stewarding. If it's reported, they get penalties for it, for ignoring blue flags, since even if you're ghosting, you're giving previous games visual distraction, and this game heavy dirty air, which loses time. So we got we raised the issue that we should include that in the rules, so everyone knows. Move out the fucking way. Let the guys who are battling for the win, and don't impact it. But in doing so, I also realized, why don't we, if we have a safety car, make it possible for guys who are lapped down to get back in the race? So we also added the rule that if you have a lapped driver behind you under safety car, you allow them through. You can do that by just moving off the racing track for a second, and then they can pass you without being given a legal overtake. Of course, there is the issue with that other drivers can also legally overtake you, but we'll just give you a penalty for that if you do it. So, don't do it.
The thing is also that Flavors is overtaken by every single car on this track.
He in theory, I don't think he'll actually catch the train. But it's because it's gonna take a while for everyone to individually get off track, and then he goes through. But thank you, Flavors, for testing this rule for us. How nice of you.
Well, I mean, now we can see if the drivers are actually implementing the rule.
They were pinged about it. I mean, Flavors gonna have to catch them first. Right now, he's of course under VSC conditions, so you can't over there. He's gonna have to catch the safety car train, and we'll see. But this safety car, of course, does spice race up massively. Thunderfox with great pace. I think he was definitely keeping pace with Peacevally as well. Now he actually has a chance to get involved in the fight for the race win over these last couple of laps. And the same goes for Guga. No penalty for him. He is up in 4th now. Bazooka down in 13th. 50 seconds behind Lanky Brown. Guess what? He is effectively P5 right now. Because, of course... If he catches... will he catch a train? Oh, okay, no, he's... he's a lot closer than we thought he was. He just gained like 20 seconds. He just hasn't gotten past the pit lane yet.
Yeah. He's just going into turn 1. If the safety car is out like 3 laps, maybe he can catch the train. But it depends on how long the safety car is going to be out. But our top 3 is actually messed up now. Gabriel is P4 right.
P4? What? Oh, the penalty. P4. I thought you meant on track or something. Actionring is in the pits.
No.
Again, and now on a lap down.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, call.
Now he's 2 laps down. I think.
No, he's 1 lap down.
No, wait. No. What? I'm pretty sure he's getting 2nd lap now. I'm pretty certain. Oh, he's using overtake in turn 1. And turn 2. And turn 3. My eyes. Okay, it's just bugged. He's not using any battery.
He's not full throttle, so it can't.
Nice.
But it's not bugged, I think. He's actually in overtake mode. Flavors now... Yep. Yeah, pulling alongside... I think that's Always. Not its Pop Dog.
But I do... The question... Okay, first of all, our top 4 is not implementing the rule. So maybe they haven't watched the pings. Second of all, I think Action Rick is 2 times overtaken under safety car. Or I mean, twice lapped now.
I don't think so, because Flavors only lapped once, right?
No,
I mean, the gut leader definitely did, because he's lapped at least once and doesn't say it in here. I don't know.
Let's see. No.
I don't think he's lapped twice. Yeah. I would have called him being lapped for the first time, surely. But yeah, unfortunately the new rule about letting lapped cars through apparently hasn't gotten... Flayo's gotten past Popdog now, so I think Popdog has caught the memo. But I don't think Guga knows, unfortunately, so that means Action Rig... Well, if he were to all take them now, he would get disqualified, so yeah, that's sort of the issue with that rule. If people don't follow it, then it's a bit shit, and yeah. It is Action Rig's race, and Flavor's race as well. Oh yeah, he's getting illegal overtakes. Yes, he's, I think, trying to... Oh yeah, now... Yeah, oh, now look at that, that's beautiful! But I think Popdog has gotten past Kugo. Oh no, Popdog is now letting... Okay, I think it's causing confusion, because people are... Like, some know about the rule and know what to do, some don't. And that's a bit of a problem right now, because Popdog has gotten past Sean and Kugo.
Our top 4 does not know this rule, but example Flavors, he has gotten through the field in the Discord, so...
Yeah, but Popdog just went past Kuko and Sean, who were letting Flavors through, so that would be a heavy penalty for Popdog, because he's taken advantage of that rule meant to help Flavors to get back into the Grand Prix.
Yeah.
Yeah, not something you like to
Obviously,
see.
that's gonna be.
I guess I don't think Papdog is doing it maliciously. I think he just doesn't know and didn't understand what they were doing, and just thinks, well, the game allows it, so I go for the overtake.
One penalty and they will learn.
Yeah, exactly.
That's something I learned. That's something I learned heavy-handedly when I was running a league. So you have to punish the people who don't listen to the rules, so the rules actually go through their head. And actually, is Bazooka? Bazooka might catch this train just about. It's gonna be close.
Oh damn! Yeah, he hasn't caught yet.
But he is pushing.
We have got the safeguard being called in now. Pisivoli slowing down the pack for this restart. He's got Gabri right behind him.
I think the ERS is just bugged for me right now, which is kind of annoying.
And Pisivoli still going slowly through the last corner there, and that means Bazooka has caught up to the train now. Always and Pix unfortunately weren't able to. And Pisivoli has now gone, coming out the final corner. Gabri, not the best of restarts. Phantom Fox is fairly close behind, but Gabri now, the toe, actually has a run on Pisivoli, I think. There is going to be a battle on towards turn 1. Flavors now retiring from the session, as Viral moves up to 5th against JM, but Gabri pulls to the inside, down towards turn 1, but has to pull back into slipstream. Of course, he has less wing damage, he didn't fix it on the safety car. He was, I guess, scared to drop behind Phantom with that, and would rather keep the track position. But Pisivoli holds on to the lead on the restart. But Phantom, with a great exit,
there is Carnage in the back.
picks it out of the Grand Prix, and I think, yeah, JM also spun around. Fortunately didn't see that one, as I was watching the battle for P2 there, but Phantom in the end didn't get past, so all for nothing. Papdog, also with big damage on the front left wing there, missing the entire front wing basically. And now being passed by loads of cars, so he might have been involved in that accident, as Kuko gets a 10-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags, which is quite weird. Kuko moves up to 8th.
He's made a move when there's a yellow flag in the turn 1 and 2, and just gets punished for that. Could be a
Bazooka
removable.
45 degrees or more sideways coming from the S section there, as I think he made contact with Boborneo or Papdog. There were 3 wide coming from the S's, so of course that can never end well. They're all still in the race, so well, it ended about as well as you thought it could, honestly. No one died.
No one died, but 2 people died in turn 3.
No one died in that one. People died somewhere else.
That is true.
Unrelated. Well, Papdog might have got damage from that, so somewhat related, I guess. And we've got Boborneo in the pits and Papdog in the pits, and that means for them, and they're both out of the race as well, no points. So few laps to go. Down to 13 cars now. Action make a lap down, so essentially 12 cars racing for the points paying positions here. And Phantom Fox dropping back a little bit from Gabri. And a fairly close top 5 here. Pisivoli, Gabri, Phantom and Viral. Bit of a gap then to Aussie, Sean and Kuko. Lanky on the back of Kuko. Bazooka running in P10. He got caught up quite a bit behind Papdog and lost a lot of time, so he can't really take advantage much of the safety car. But if we look at the penalties right now, we can open that graphic. We don't need the tires right now. Yeah, 3 seconds for Gabri, 3 for Viral, 6 for Aussie, 3 for Sean, 16 for Kuko, 3 for Lanky, 3 for Always, 3 for JM, and 9 for Action Rig. So those will change the results quite a bit. Essentially, Gabri will drop to 4th right now. Aussie will drop behind Sean. And then Kuko and Lanky will drop behind Bazooka, I think.
As time being, yeah.
For Kuko, I'm not sure. The 10-second penalty is for ignoring yellow flags, so I think he's on 6 seconds, essentially. Probably get that removed.
But that would mean Bazooka is for P8 right now. If he can find any pace on that cash app, he can possibly fight for even higher positions, but he does need to find some pace now.
Finding a pace on cash app sounds like you're, I don't know, buying cheats.
To be fair, the cash app is right now faster than Red Bull in real life. They just don't have the drivers to drive the car.
I think that joke worked like 2 races ago,
so.
but now Verstappen is one back-to-back.
Yeah, but Verstappen can win with the worst car because the car is made for him.
Yeah, but Tsunoda is even in the points, so clearly the car is the best in the field. If the second driver is scoring points, it must be an amazing car.
Yeah,
Red Bull don't do second drivers in the points.
Oh yeah, that's valid. Maybe Red Bull is faster now again.
So yeah, that's how you actually measure how good the Red Bull is. If the second driver is on the lead lap, that's kinda good.
True. But yeah, Bazooka is actually struggling a lot. Right now, Lanky would be ahead of him.
Yeah, unfortunately, Bazooka. He could have taken advantage of this quite nicely, but he lost contact with the field on the restart with so much chaos ahead of him. So I think it's gonna be P10 for him. He will get Kuku for sure in the results game, but with Kuku, the 10-second penalty I'm fairly certain will be removed. Ignoring yellow flags is a bit of a bullshit penalty in the game. So, cause no one ever listens to yellow flags, and it's not always enforced by the game either, so... You can overtake on the yellows, I don't give a fuck. No one's actually getting hurt if you crash, so... Who cares? And we have got a move for also 8th there, that's Lanky on Kuko, and Kuko 45 degrees sideways. How often have I said that in this race? Crazy. As he locks the rears from turn 1.
I lost the count on that one.
Like I don't know why I say it. They're not actually 45 degrees, it's just what I... when I see something happen, I just start talking. I don't think.
And then we're 45 degrees sideways.
Exactly. I've actually got the measuring tape out, you know, that it's exactly 45 degrees every time. It's crazy.
Oh damn. Oh damn. What if it was like 43 degrees?
I would say that, but it's not been. It's been 45 every time.
Never
more, never less.
Exactly 45. Oh my.
Yeah, it's crazy. The coincidence in this race.
Yeah, that's...
As we are heading on to the last lap, I think it might be time to start focusing on this battle for the lead, because Gabri is sniffing that gearbox of PC Woody. Of course, Gabri's 3-second time penalty did come from an incident with PC Woody where he cut over the grass. He gave him the time gained, I think at least. He gave back the position at least, I think also. So, it's for sure debatable, at least, if he can keep that penalty. He's definitely going to report it, I imagine. Especially with Phantom Kuka now right behind him. That penalty will cost him positions.
Yeah, and Phantom has way more battery. So if he can make a good exit out of turn 3, he will challenge Gabri into turn 4. And he does get really good exit.
Yeah, and Gabri on those high wings,
he can challenge it.
Under pressure now, Phantom on the inside. Didn't have the balls.
No, he did not commit enough. Oh no.
And that is going to be Gabri holding on to P2 out on track. Unless Phantom can pull a miracle somewhere, well, definitely not in the S's, but after the S's, but with the dirty air through here and Gabri's higher wings, he should be able to use his S's to get far away and hold on to P2. Of course, he has Slipstream ahead for PC Woody helping him defend. So on this last lap, it is going to be PC Woody who takes the race win here in Mexico with another great performance. He has been on an outstanding run of form ever since, well, about the halfway point in the season, a little bit earlier than that. Gabri looks for the move! Gabri, what a move! Oh my god!
Look at Phantom.
And now Phantom!
Look at Phantom!
Is gonna try through the last corner, but I don't think he has a switchback. Gabri on the last lap! What a move! PC Woody thought he's won. I thought PC Woody had won, and then Gabri fully sends it up the inside. He does have a 3-second penalty, so now, unfortunately, the race was to be decided in the stewards. So PC Woody also got a 3-second penalty for track limits in that last sector. I'm not sure if that might have been doing that move with Gabri. I have to watch that move back. I have no idea. It came so out of nowhere. I know I had my camera on it, but I couldn't tell you what happened. All of a sudden, Gabri, he was just there. But as it stands, Phantom Fox on the last lap here with Gabri and PC Woody. Well, Gabri did win on track, so if Gabri gets that 3-second penalty removed and doesn't get any penalties for the incident with PC Woody he had earlier, I would have to check whose fault that was. I didn't really see it properly, and also on the last lap, that was quite a big send, so I'm sure that's also going to be a talking point in the stewards' room. But as it stands, Phantom Fox back at the top of the podium. I think his last win was this season in Singapore. And another wet race, another Phantom win. He really is the wet master here in Division 2. And that is, yeah, also very important for Ferrari's slim championship hopes in the Constructor Championship. If they want to have a chance of winning that, Phantom is going to need to pick up quite a few wins. Lanky Brown also, I'm not sure where he finished in the end. I can't lie, I didn't have eyes for the back of the pack when they were crossing the line with all of those penalties. There was a bit different stuff going on.
Hazuka is P9. But there's the 10-second penalty on Kako, so could be P10 still.
So yeah, the results as of now, very provisional. This is for sure going to change, I think, with the Stewart report. Phantom wins ahead of Guga, then Gabri onto the podium. Peaceably down in 4th, after I thought he'd already won the race. Rival in 5th, Sean in 6th, Lanky in 7th, good result for him as well. Aussie in 8th, Bazooka in 9th, and always with the last points going position. Kruglo, of course, 10-second penalty, which I'm fairly sure is being removed. He does finish 11th for now. JM 12th, Action Rick 13th, and the rest of the field, DNFing. Bobodinho still classified 4 laps down. Pop Dog, Pigs, Flavor, Sully, Edwin, and Pocho out of this Grand Prix. What a finish! I was literally in my speech about Piscivoli with another win and how crucial that would be for the championship that he's now 15 points ahead from being 10 points behind coming to the race. Now, all of a sudden, Piscivoli is still the championship leader with the results we have right now, the provisional results. Piscivoli takes the championship lead from Sully, is now 2 points in the lead heading to the last 3 races of the season, China, Zandvoort, and Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, we might have some unfortunate news for the remaining of the season in D2. I don't know how often you watch the chat after the race, but I have seen some sad news, so that could change multiple things upside down. If that is actually correct, and I really hope it's not, but I don't know how serious these guys are or with their messages and stuff like this. But I hope that that's not true, what I've seen. So we can keep on this championship fight going on.
Oh, Sully has said he wants to be reserved next season. Damn.
Yeah, he has also said in the absences that he won't drive for the rest of the season he's out. So I hope that he's not serious with this message and we will actually see really, really hard fight for the championship. But I don't know how serious Sully is with this message, obviously.
I'm sure he means he had a really, really shit race, like a very frustrating race as well, I imagine. We'll see what happens with that. Let him sleep a night over it, and we'll talk about it tomorrow. But that would be a massive shame for the championship, yeah, if Sully were to stop racing now. But yeah, assuming let's for now think Sully's still gonna be in the championship fight. Of course, the win that Gabri could get if the Stewards room everything goes his way, would put him back into sort of contention, maybe. He's 51 points behind, of course, Sully, with a big fat 0 in this race. Means Gabri is only 26 behind him. Piscivoli, I mean, I'm not sure if Gabri were to win. Yeah, Piscivoli could stay 4th. Right? Yeah, because Gabri was ahead. Yeah, Gabri is P3 right now. So yeah, if Gabri were to win this race and Piscivoli has 4th, that's a 13-point swing in favor of Gabri over Piscivoli, currently 41 points behind, so it'd be 28 behind Piscivoli, which is within the realms of possibility with 3 rounds to go. So that move, if it's determined to be legal, if the early incident is not determined to be Gabri's fault, if the time penalty, a lot of if here, too many if actually, but if Gabri could be back, my goodness me, what a race, what great entertainment Division 2 has given us, as it always does. Yeah. Unreal. Yeah, thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did.
It was a bit rusty from my side, but it was definitely fun. Hopefully I can do this more. It was actually so much fun being in the comms after a really long while being gone. So definitely want to do that again.
If you'd like to be back, if you have the time for it, if you aren't engineering for VNT somewhere, 3 months to go. I'd love to have you, of course. Just let me know if you have the time.
Obvious.
Oh well, I can see if you're engineering, but of course, I don't know, you have a life outside of that as well.
Yeah.
So
you can see from yourself that you have engineered so much alone that it's actually quite hard to come with you, because I don't think you realize that you maybe have the second voice with you. So
Yeah, I'm quite used to doing comms alone, so it's difficult to adjust. I keep talking.
yeah, exactly. But
Well,
yeah,
if you
we
do
will
more
figure
races,
it
I'll
out
get
now.
used to it, and you get to talk more.
Also true.
Well, thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much for putting up with me talking over you.
Yeah,
And
no worries. It was a pleasure to be here.
yeah. Thank you to the viewers for joining us. Thank you for the drivers for putting on such a good show. Yeah, one hell of a race, like I said. Yeah, 3 rounds to go in the championship. And I hope to see you. Of course, we've got the Division 1 race on Saturday as well around Mexico. Championship there. I mean, if I'm saying Gabriel's in the fight, I can probably also say I'm in the fight, but I'm 45 behind Card. No, I don't have hope. But mathematically, there's a championship fight in Division 1 as well. And of course, next week in Division 3, 2, and 1, the Chinese Grand Prix. For Division 3, of course, a test race. Division 2 and Division 1, the season as normal. Hope to be seeing you for those. Of course, everything at 7:30 p.m. UK, the usual times. Tuesdays for Division 3, Wednesdays for Division 2, Saturdays for Division 1. Enough promoting from my side. I said all I need to say. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening, and goodbye.